Hello my dear students, how are you all? I hope all of you are doing really well in this lockdown period. Do I need to introduce myself? Okay, I am Onna Bonik, PGT English, Borjola Binapani Higher Secondary School, and today we will be reading prose from your book Flamingo. Okay, and the name, okay, I'll tell you later. That's my drill, you know that. Students, do you have a crush on someone? Come on, you might be having, right? We all have. And you are now in your adolescent period, so it's very casual or normal that you like someone or you worship a hero or a heroine like that. Someone you have an idol, right? And you worship that idol and you want to be just like them. Isn't it? Me, I like Salman Khan a lot. And I really want that someday I get to meet him and he gives me an autograph. And now you might be thinking, why ma'am is talking like that? Because my dear students, our story today is something like that. There's a girl who is just your age, okay, like 16, 17, 18 years of age, who is going to complete her school, and she has a crush on someone. My dear students, I want to say that there's nothing bad in liking someone. You may, and it's very natural at your age. But don't you think this age of yours is the prime time to think about your career, to build up your career, right? So if you are on the track, if you are working towards achieving your goals, then rest of the things are totally justified. But if you do not focus your career and only go on building castles in the air, then that's something I object. Okay, so you might be curious now that what's your topic today? Okay, our topic today is Going Places by A.R. Barton. A.R. Barton, and she is from Zurich, and Zurich is from Switzerland. Alright, so our story today is about a girl just of your age, my dear students, and her name is Sophie. Her name is Sophie. Okay, now Sophie is about to complete her school, and then eventually she might be moving into the college or something like that. That is, from there her career building would be started. Now what happens? Our little Sophie, she is a daydreamer. Okay, and she always goes on building castles in the air. She dreams all day and she has many dreams. So, is dreaming bad? No. Dreaming is good. You should have big dreams, but you must also work towards realizing those dreams. So let's talk about the characters of our story today. We have our prime character, who is Sophie, and her friend Jancy. These two are friends. My dear girls sitting there, or boys, you might be having a best friend, right? And just like that, Sophie and Jancy are also best of friends. But they read in the same class and everything is same, but their attitude towards life is totally different to each other. They are poles apart from each other when it comes towards accepting reality. Okay, I'll talk about that later. So Sophie and Jancy are two friends. There's another character, Geoff. And who is Geoff? Okay, we'll know later. Then we have the father and mother of Sophie, and we also have Derek, who is the brother of Sophie. So Sophie has two brothers, Geoff and Derek. Now what happens? One day, these two girls, Sophie and Jancy, they were walking home from their school. So Jancy calls Sophie by the name Soph. Soph, okay? So Jancy and Sophie, they are walking from school towards their home, and on the way home, Sophie tells Jancy that, do you know, when I complete school, I will do some business. Jancy says, really? What business? Then Sophie says, I will open a boutique. She wants to have a boutique of her own. Now what's a boutique? Boutique means a cloth store or a small, nice, sophisticated store of clothes, jewelry, and like that. So Sophie, our Sophie, after her school, she wants to have a boutique. Now Jancy says, are you sure that you want to have a boutique? Do you have money for having a boutique? Right? So here we can find that their family background or their income of their family is not that high. That's why Jancy doubts if Sophie can have a boutique. Okay. Then our Sophie says, Okay, fine. Then first I will be a manager in some boutique. So she wants to be a manager in some boutique. And then Jancy says, no dear, you cannot do even that. Because you knew really well that after our school, we have to join the biscuit factory as employees. Right? So you see, they belong from very poor families, and it's set already that that after they complete their school, they will be working in some biscuit factory. But you see, Sophie's dreams are a little higher. She wants to have a boutique. She wants to be the manager of a boutique. And then when Jancy says, no, it needs a lot of money, you cannot just do that. Then our Sophie says, I want to be like Mary Quant. Who is Mary Quant? Mary Quant is an English fashion designer. So our Sophie, she wants to be a fashion designer as well. Okay? And then Jancy says, come on Soph, it needs a lot of money to do all these things. From where you are going to procure all that money? Then Sophie says, okay fine, then I'll be an actress. So you see, there is no end to the dreams of Sophie. Right? She loves dreaming, and her dreams are really big. Dreams where she can get all the money, riches, and very sophisticated kind of a life. Okay? But Jancy is very realistic. She says that it's not so easy, my dear Sophie, to do all these things, because the families to which we belong to are not that capable. Okay? So now Sophie says, come on Jancy, I can do this, and if I become an actress, I don't have to work like 10 to 4 p.m. like that, right? Whenever I'll have work, I will do that work, and along with that, I'll also run a boutique. So she wants to do all these things in life. So eventually they reach their home, and then Jancy sarcastically says, Sophie, that fine, whenever you get a money to have a boutique, first build a home for yourself. Okay, so this is a sarcastic remark, right? Because they don't have a good home also, Sophie. So Jancy says, if you have money, first build a home, and then you do all these things. Then Sophie goes to her home, and just the moment Sophie enters her home, she gets a royalty check. Now what's that? She understands that the life that she wants to have by having a boutique or by being an actress and all that, and what her home is totally different. Two different realms, it seems. What's that? She sees that her father is very sweating very hard, and he is looking a little dirty because he had been working all day, and he's eating something burger in a very tacky way, and her mother is also washing some kind of utensils, and she's bending over the utensils. So the atmosphere inside the room is very dirty. It's not polished at all, and she feels a tightening in her throat. She feels like she cannot breathe by seeing all these things. She doesn't feel good about her home, okay? Because you see, she has so many dreams. She wants to live in that world, because her world is very different from this home. She wants to have a very good life, a dreamy life kind of. So she becomes very irritated, and then she goes to another room where her brother Geoff is there. So Geoff is the elder brother of Sophie. So Geoff is a mechanic apprentice, that is, he is working as a trainee in a mechanic shop, and now he is busy working on his motorcycle. Now Sophie enters, and you see, Geoff is a man of very little words. He doesn't talk much. He doesn't like talking much. All the time he's just silent. And this makes Sophie very jealous. Now why? Because she thinks that my life is so full of, there's no freedom. I don't have any freedom. I'm just all day I'm at home. Either I'm going to school, school to home, home to school, just like that. It's a very boring life. And Geoff has such a good life, because he has to go to work, right? And he goes to different places. He meets so many people, and Sophie feels like, wow, I wish I could have a life like my brother. See, she doesn't see that Geoff is working all day. He's hard working all day, right? But she only thinks that his life is very exciting because he can go to so many places and she can't go. He can meet so many places. He can make so many friends. And then Sophie thinks, my brother cannot make many friends. I so wish that my brother, he takes me with him to the different places and I will make so many new friends. I'll get to visit so many new places and all that. So she starts dreaming again. Okay, and then she has a dream. Do you know what? She dreams that one day she and her brother Geoff, they are riding on the bike. on the motorbike, and she is wearing black leather boots, a yellow dress, and she is going, her hair is just free flowing in the air, and the entire world is saluting them. Okay, so you see, just by standing there, she is dreaming all these things, and she thinks, if my brother loves me a little more, maybe one day he will take me wherever he goes. Okay, but he knows that she is too young to go with Geoff wherever he goes. Okay, so ultimately she comes to the reality again, and then she tells her brother that, Geoff, do you know whom I met today? I met someone today. Geoff said, whom? She said, Danny Casey. Yes, I met Danny Casey. And do you know who is Danny Casey? Danny Casey is an Irish footballer. So he is a football player. He is a celebrity, we can say, like in our country Virat Kohli and Mahendra Singh Dhoni, like that. So if someday your friend comes and say, do you know, yesterday I met Virat Kohli, would you believe? Just like that. So Sophie says that she has met Danny Casey, and Geoff says, what, you met Danny Casey, are you sure? She said, yes, obviously, why would I lie? He says, okay, where? She says that I had gone to Royce's Window. Royce's Window is the name of a market, like an arcade. Okay, it's like a shopping mall, small shopping mall kind of. She says I had went there for some window shopping. Okay, and there I met this celebrity called Danny Casey, this footballer. And then Geoff says, okay, Geoff doesn't trust her, right? And he says, okay, then tell me, how does Danny Casey look like? Then Sophie says, come on, you have seen him in the television, right? Geoff says, yes, I have seen him. But tell me how he looks in person. Like from front, how he looks like. Then she says, he's so handsome, but he's not that tall, but his eyes are green, just like a gazelle. Gazelle means a deer. So his eyes are very beautiful, he's very handsome, and he's a very nice person, like that. Then Geoff says, oh really? Then why didn't you bring an autograph? Then Sophie says, yes, I was about to bring an autograph, but you know what happened? I didn't have a pen, I didn't have a paper, and Danny also did not have pen or paper, so he could not give me an autograph because I really wanted to bring one. And Geoff, he doesn't pay much attention to her because he understands that maybe she is just dreaming, okay, because it's her habit. Now what happens, the brother and the sister, that is Sophie and Geoff, they go to that room where their father is also sitting. Geoff goes there and says to their father, Father, do you know whom Sophie met today? She met Danny Casey. And her father gave a very hateful look towards her because he knows that Sophie is just like that. She always dreams and she always cooks up many stories inside her mind. All these things are not in the reality. These things are only in her mind. Okay, he doesn't pay any heed to whatever Sophie says, and then the father and Geoff, they start talking about Danny Casey and another footballer called Tom Finney. Tom Finney is an English footballer and Danny Casey is an Irish footballer. Okay, so then the father, just like the boys talk, right? They start talking about the football game and all that. Just then Sophie says, do you know Danny is going to open a shop? And then the father says, how do you know that Danny is going to open a shop? She says, because he told me so. And then the father says, come on Sophie, stop telling all these things. You know, these are not real. These are only your wild stories. These are stories in your mind only. This is not the reality. Come out of it, because someday you might fall into a trouble because of these things. Sophie doesn't listen to her father and she goes back to her brother's room, Geoff. Okay, and when he goes to Geoff's room, she tells Geoff that, Geoff, I want to tell you something. Promise me that you won't tell our father. Then Geoff says, okay, fine, I will tell no one. Then Sophie says, do you know, that day I could not bring an autograph, right? Then Danny said, if I met him again, then he will give me an autograph. And Geoff says, come on Sophie, he's a celebrity, he's a footballer, he is the Danny Casey. Why would he meet you? He might be having so many girl fans, right? So why is he talking to you? Sophie says, no, he's not like that. He doesn't have many friends also, you know, he told me. And it was not Danny who wanted to talk. It was me who wanted to talk. Danny is a very good person. So she is defending Danny, okay, as if Danny and she are just like they are a couple or something like that, okay. Then Geoff says, I don't know what you are doing, do whatever you want, and then he goes. Okay, and I think you already have understood that Sophie is only lying to people, but you know, she thinks that whatever she is dreaming or whatever she is thinking, all these things are real. She tells this story just like reality, as if they are happening in real. But her family, they know that this is not real. But Geoff, he doesn't want that the heart of his sister should break. That's why all of them, they warn again and again that Sophie, come out of your dreams, come out of your dreams. Now what happens, the next Saturday, the entire family of Sophie, they goes to watch a match, a football match, because the entire family is a football fan. Okay, so they goes to watch a match, and that day Danny was also going to play, and Danny plays for the team called United. United is the name of the team for which our Danny Casey, he plays. Okay, so they all of the whole entire family, they went to watch the play, and then Danny won the game. The United team, they won the game for 2 goals. They had done 2 goals, and the opposite of the rival team could not make any goal. So Danny Casey's team won, and all of them became so happy, and Sophie was so happy, as if her friend has won the game, right? Okay. Now what happens? Sophie, she meets Jancy. That is her friend. You remember Jancy? Yes. Sophie gets to meet Jancy, and Jancy asks her, Sophie, what am I hearing? I heard that you met Danny Casey? And then Sophie was like, oh my god, how did Jancy came to know about that? I had told only Geoff, right? She is thinking, I had told my brother about it. How did Jancy came to know about this? Then she asked Jancy, how do you know it? Then Jancy says, your brother Geoff had told my brother Frank about it, and Frank told me. Then our Sophie says, yes, I had met him. I met him in the shopping mall and like that. And Jancy says, come on, Sophie, I know it very well that you haven't met anyone. Why you are lying? Then Sophie says, no, Jancy, trust me, I really have met him. And Jancy, she knows our friend very well. And Jancy says that, no, I don't trust you. Finally, Sophie convinces Jancy that yes, she had met Danny Casey. Okay, and then she tells Jancy that please don't tell anyone, otherwise my dad, he's going to scold me a lot, he's going to murder me. Then Jancy says, it's okay, my dear friend, you can trust me, I won't tell anyone. Okay, and she says to herself, damn, it's not a Jancy thing. What does that mean? Jancy thing here means this secret, the secret that she had met Danny. She thought that this is a secret that was supposed to be between her and her brother Geoff, and Jancy should not know about it. Why? Because Jancy is a nosy kind of person. If Jancy knows something, she will let the entire neighborhood know about it. So she says that it's not a Jancy thing, it's a Geoff thing. Only me and Geoff should know about it and nobody else. But Sophie feels a bit relieved. Do you know why? Because Jancy doesn't know about the date thing. She told Geoff, right, that she and Danny are going to meet again, right? So that's a date for her, okay? So she feels relieved that Jancy does not know about the date, because she thinks that this girl Jancy cannot keep anything to herself. She will tell it to the entire neighborhood. So she is scared of that. Now she is going to meet Danny. The day comes and she is going towards her home, and suddenly she sees that there's a canal, okay, and then the canal is a little distant from her home. It's a very the place is very aloof from the main road and like that. So this is a very silent place, just very perfect place for a date. Okay, so she thinks that I will be sitting here. There was a bench and she went to sit there. Okay, and she then remembers that she used to come here many times during her childhood, and she thinks that this place is so good, no one is going to come here, and this is the perfect place to meet Danny. And I'm sure when Danny sees that I'm here, he will also be very happy, right? So you see, she is now waiting for Danny to come. So what do you think? Is Danny going to come? Let's see. Now what happens? She goes on dreaming again, and she dreams that yes, Danny is coming towards her, and now she is standing up going to meet Danny. And you know what? Suddenly, she comes out of this trance and she understands, who am I waiting for? No one is going to come, right? She had never met Danny. It's just a story that was going on in her mind. It was just a dream that she had in her mind. This is not the reality. Now she understands that yes, Danny is not going to come. Who am I waiting for? Why did I come here? Oh God, I'm feeling so restless. I'm not feeling good about it. And you see, her heart was totally broken now. Right? And she thinks, now when I go home, what am I going to tell my family? Because they will be asking me, right? That where's the autograph that you had promised to bring from Danny? What am I going to tell them? She's feeling so embarrassed right now. So you see, my dear students, all this story was just inside her mind. She created this story. So the excitement was also because of her, and the disappointment is also because of her. No one is responsible for it. It's okay that she had a crush on Danny Casey. He's a good looking footballer, right? It's very easy for anyone to fall for such a person. But she took the crush to a different level. She started dreaming and she felt like the dreams are happening in real. She felt like that she had really met Danny Casey, that she cooks up a totally different story and narrates it to her family. And now she is feeling so embarrassed about it. She is feeling so disappointed that I can never meet Danny Casey. I can never have his autograph. So what am I going to tell to my family? And then she starts walking towards her home. On the way home, she sees that her father's bicycle is standing outside a shop, a pub. And she feels relieved. Thank God, I'm not going to see father now, at least when I'm going home. Otherwise, he would have given such hate looks towards me. What am I going to tell Geoff? Where's the autograph? What am I going to tell Derek? Who is Derek? Derek is the younger brother of Sophie. What am I going to tell all these people? Where is the autograph and all that? So she is feeling very disappointed. And again, when she passes through this shopping mall, Royce's window, she again starts dreaming. She feels like, yes, there only I had met Danny. I so wish that I really had met Danny. And in this way, she reaches home by understanding that Danny is never going to come because she never had met Danny, right? She had met Danny once, right? Because they had gone to see the match. Do you remember? Yes. So during the match, she had seen Danny in person. But was that a date? That was not the meeting of two friends, right? That was just a match. And Sophie there was only an audience. Danny even doesn't know that there's a girl called Sophie. Right? And this is not possible also. Isn't it, my dear students? You see, now you are a school student. If you feel like you have to meet Virat Kohli, if you feel like you have to meet whoever, Shah Rukh Khan, might be Sonu Nigam, might be Arijit Singh, or maybe our PM of our country, whoever it might be, but you have to raise yourself to that position that you get to meet that person, right? Why would you need an autograph of someone? You make such a career for yourself. You make yourself such high and raise your standards so high that people need your autograph. Isn't it? So why did Sophie face such disappointment? It's only because of her own fault, right? She thinks that life is a bed of roses. But no, life is not a bed of roses. It is full of thorns. Life is not only fantasizing someone or something. You see, there's the difference between Sophie and Jancy. Jancy is a girl of this world, and she understands that whatever Sophie is thinking, that is not possible because they belong to a lower middle class family. They don't have such income. They belong to a low income family. They don't have such money that they can build a boutique or something like that. And Sophie, she's only a schoolgirl. Why would Danny Casey, the celebrity, would like to meet her? She has to do something outstanding, right? So that people wants to know her. Only dreaming all day, just dreaming, and then the dreams resulting into nothing will give you nothing but disappointment. To have a boutique of her own, she has to study very hard. She has to be very studious. She has to make a good career first. She has to save money, and then only she can have a boutique of her own. Right? Because her father or her family cannot afford to do that. Because father He doesn't have such income, and her brother Geoff is also a mechanic. So it's not possible for this family to have a boutique. It will be possible if Sophie works towards it. In this story, we can talk about basically two themes. One is adolescent fantasizing. Now what's that? You guys are in the adolescent period. You all know that. And you must be having so many dreams. You fantasize all day. Like boys, you might be fantasizing that you have an Enfield, a very costly one, and with that gears put on, and you were just riding your bike with the highest possible speed, right? And girls, you might be wondering like someday you are going to be like Deepika Padukone or something. So you all have some kind of dream. Some want to be a pilot. Girls, you want to be pilots. Boys, you might want to be a good chef also. But you have to fulfill those dreams. You have to work towards fulfilling those dreams. You have to work now. Now is the time that you are going to work towards those dreams, right? And the second is hero worship. Hero means a crush or someone that whom we idolize, right? Like he might be a favorite actor, a favorite singer, or the PM of India, or that is, you have to do something so outstanding that people get to know your name. You also earn the name and the fame just like your heroes. This is the message of our writer today.
So, a theme of going places could be like in this chapter, the author stresses on the fact that it's quite natural for teenagers to have unrealistic dreams, especially when their families are not well off. If the fantasies are beyond our approach, it may lead to miseries. Youngsters usually idolize successful people and dreams of following their footsteps. Their dreams drive them away from the harsh realities of life. This makes it difficult for them to come in terms with life.
So let's do something. Let's just go into a quick summary of our story today.
Sophie is a teenage girl who has big dreams. She comes from a poor family background and she wishes to own her own boutique after school. If not that, she is very certain that she can become an actress or a fashion designer. Her friend Jancy tells her that dreams come true if you have money or experience. She also tells her that they are expected to work in a biscuit factory after school ends because of their family background. Sophie lives in a house which is very small for the number of people in her family. Her family does not believe her, as she is known to make up stories and scenarios in her head that are far from reality. Her elder brother Geoff, who does not let anyone enter his life, fascinates her. He is strong, handsome, and tall. She is jealous of his silence and wants him to take her on bike rides. Sophie is attracted to Cassie, who is a soccer or a football player. She tells her brother that she met him at the arcade, which is not true. Geoff does not believe her, as she finds it to be unlikely. She also tells him that Cassie had asked her to meet him somewhere else too. Sophie keeps building the story up in such a manner that she starts believing it. She walks by the canal along the path that was sheltered. This is in the same neighborhood as that of a house. This is a place where she used to play as a child. She waited for him on the wooden bench under the elm tree. She spends time waiting for him to come, but he never does. She then goes back home and feels sad on thinking that her brother would be so unhappy and disappointed. However, she never really comes out of the fantasy and believes that Cassie someday will surely come to meet her.
This story is basically about aspirations and fantasies, where you have dreams and you want to fulfill those dreams even if they seem to be very much impossible. This is the main essence of the adolescent period, that you have some aspirations and you want to achieve those aspirations. You have a hero whom you worship and you always idolize that hero and you always look up to that hero. You want to be like that person, or you want to have that person in your life. And you see, Sophie has a dream, right? Just like that, Sophie has a dream of having a boutique, the boutique that will be the best in the city. But does she have the money? Does she have a plan how she is going to achieve that? No. That's why we cannot call it a plan. We can call it a dream only. And this poor girl, Sophie, she has never really met Danny Casey. She has only seen him once, that too from a distance, right? While the match was going. But she thinks that Danny is always with her. And she thinks that Danny is almost her boyfriend. Okay, so you see the term going places is very much apt for this story, because here going places does not mean that she is traveling to places in reality. No, yes, she is traveling, but she is traveling only in her mind, only in her imagination. Sometimes she is going to be an actress, sometimes she is having a boutique, sometimes she is traveling with Geoff, and sometimes she is meeting Danny. So she is going to all these places, but all these places does not exist in reality. These places exist only in her mind. So you get to see why this title has been used. Now let's discuss some questions from your textbook.
The first question, Sophie and Jancy were classmates and friends, and what were the differences between them? We will say that yes, Sophie and Jancy are students of a senior class and they are good friends, but in taste and temperament they are poles apart. Sophie is not a girl of this world, she floats constantly in a fairyland. Jancy on the other hand is a girl of this world and she keeps her feet firmly planted on land. Sophie and Jancy have different attitudes towards life because Sophie wants to have a boutique, she wants to be a manager, she wants to be a fashion designer, an actress and whatnot, but Jancy knows that they have been earmarked for the biscuit factory and she even advises Sophie to be sensible and practical. Sophie cannot open her heart to Jancy because she has no faith in Jancy and she thinks that Jancy is nosy and is trying to know everything about others and then tell it to the entire neighborhood. So these are the things you can discuss in this question. How would you describe the character of Sophie's father? So my dear students, we don't get to know much about Sophie's father because the author, he gives a sketchy picture of the character and temperament of Sophie's father. He has a plump face, looking very grimy and sweaty. He lacks softness or sophistication, and he also does not believe in his daughter's wild stories, but he is a crazy football or Irish footballer. Cassie's fan he is. And okay, these are the things that you can talk about in this answer. Third question, why did Sophie like her brother Geoff so much? Yes, Sophie liked her brother Geoff so much because she is always eager to share her secrets with her brother, and at the same time Geoff gets to travel to so many places because he is a mechanic, right? He has to go to different places, and Sophie thinks that he gets to know so many places and so many people, so she also wants to travel with Geoff so that she can be friends with those people. You see, she can never come out of a dreamy land, and she thinks that the land of the unknown is so much exciting that she longs to go with a ride with Geoff, right? And that's why, and Geoff also listens to Sophie all the time, and he never wants that the heart of this daydreamer should ever break. That's why the bond between the brother and the sister is so great. The next question, what do you get to know about the socioeconomic background of Sophie from the story? Yes, we make a general assessment of socioeconomic background of Sophie and her family, and that they belong to a lower middle class family. Why? Because at the very beginning, when Sophie was telling Jancy that about her dreams of having a boutique or becoming an actress or fashion designer, then Jancy told her that she cannot do all these things because they doesn't have money, so much of money to do all these things, and that they have already been earmarked for the biscuit factory. That shows the socioeconomic background. And also that Geoff is also a mechanic apprentice, which shows that his income is also very less. Her house is also not very sophisticated. Her father's manners, behaviors are also not very sophisticated, right? And you see, he grunts and tosses one of the Derek shoes from the chair into the sofa. The family doesn't own a servant or a car even. All these things confirm that they belong to a lower income group.
So I think you have understood the story really well. So at the last, the thing remains the same, that it's good to have a crush. It's good that you want to go on a date with someone. But for that, first, right now, right there, you have to first work towards your career. That is more important. Most important, I should say right now. Work towards your career, and then all your dreams will automatically be fulfilled. Okay? So I hope you are already working towards your goal. Study well, stay home, stay safe. I will meet you soon with another topic. Till then, bye.